Ambassador Threlkon had seen many strange things during his diplomatic posting to the human colony on New Terra. But nothing had prepared him for what he witnessed in the settlement's Central Park on that warm afternoon. Dr. Emily Parker, the colony's chief xenobiologist, was playing with a crowbar cub. Not observing. Not studying. Playing. The crowbar were apex predators from the jungle moon of Talvex, 7, six-legged carnivores with retractable claws, powerful jaws, and a hunting instinct so refined they could track prey across 3 kilometers of dense forest. Adult crowbars weighed over 200 kilograms and were known to take down prey twice their size. This particular cub, only 3 months old and already the size of a large earth dog, was named Mischief by the humans. A name that, Threlkon was learning, was disturbingly accurate. Emily, perhaps this is not wise, Threlkon cautioned, his translator barely keeping up with his nervous clicking. That creature is a predator. Even juveniles have been known to inflict serious injuries. Emily looked up from where she was crouched, her hands muddy from digging in the garden. Oh, Mischief. She's a sweetheart. Watch this. Before Threlkon could protest, the crowbar cub's eyes locked onto Emily's moving legs. Every predatory instinct activated. The cub's haunches wiggled, pupils dilated, and then, it pounced. Threlkon's 4 hearts nearly stopped. The cub launched itself through the air, claws extended, heading straight for Emily's legs in what was clearly an attack pattern. The ambassador reached for his emergency communicator, ready to call security. But Emily just laughed. In one fluid motion, she caught the airborne predator mid-leap, spun around in a complete circle, and ended up cradling the confused cub like a furry torpedo. Mischief's 6 legs dangled comically as Emily continued spinning, making whooshing sounds. Who's a fierce hunter? Who's a mighty predator? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Emily cooed in that peculiar high-pitched voice humans used with young creatures. The crowbar cub, designed by evolution to be a perfect killing machine, made a sound that could only be described as a purr of delight. Threlkon stood frozen, trying to process what he'd just witnessed. Dr. Parker, that creature just attempted to attack you. Attack? Emily set the cub down gently, and Mischief immediately crouched for another pounce. She was playing. Look at her, she's having the time of her life. Playing. Dr. Parker, that was a textbook ambush predation technique. I've seen the training videos. That's how crowbars hunt. Emily grinned as Mischief leaped again. This time she sidestepped and the cub tumbled into a soft patch of grass, rolling over with what sounded disturbingly like laughter. Ambassador, have you ever seen a kitten? What? A kitten. Baby cat. One of Earth's small predators. Emily scooped up the cub again as it charged back for round 3. They do the same thing. Pounce, attack, chase, it's how predator cubs learn to hunt. But it's also how they play and bond. Humans figured this out about 10,000 years ago. Another human, a young security officer named Jake Martinez, walked by with his own companion, a juvenile Vorthen, a species known for its aggressive territorial behavior and toxic spines. The Vorthen was wearing a small vest and walked calmly beside Jake. Hey, Emily. Mischief giving you trouble again? Always. Emily laughed as the cub gnawed gently on her hand. She's getting better at her pounces though. Soon she'll actually catch me off guard. Jake chuckled. Spike here keeps trying to headbutt my shins. I think he forgets his poison spines haven't grown in yet. The 2 humans continued their casual conversation while their respective predatory companions tried various methods to attack them, all of which the humans treated as entertainment. Threlkon's translator started making distressed beeping sounds, struggling to find words for his confusion. This is not normal behavior. These are predators. You should be afraid. Emily sat down in the grass, and Mischief immediately climbed into her lap, all 6 legs sprawling in different directions. Ambassador, humans spent millions of years as both predator and prey. We learned to read body language, understand intent, and differentiate between actual threats and playful behavior. She scratched behind the cub's ear flaps, and Mischief's purring intensified. Look at her body language. Ears forward but relaxed. Claws retracted. Tail swishing in that playful pattern. Mouth open but not bared teeth. She's not hunting me, she's playing with me. But even play from a predator can be dangerous. Sure, Emily agreed cheerfully. I've got scratches all over my arms. See? She held up her forearms, showing several healing marks. Mischief doesn't quite understand how sharp her claws are yet. But she's learning bite inhibition. Bite inhibition? Teaching her how hard she can bite during play without hurting. Watch. Emily offered her hand to the cub, who immediately grabbed it with her mouth. But instead of clamping down, Mischief mouthed gently, her impressive fangs barely touching the skin. Good girl. Emily praised. Gentle teeth. Threlkon sank onto a nearby bench, his legs no longer able to support him. Your species domesticated predators on your own planet, didn't you? Oh, tons of them, Emily confirmed. Dogs, cats, ferrets, even some foxes and big cats. We have a saying, if it's dangerous and fluffy, humans will try to pet it. We can't help ourselves. We see a baby predator, and our brains just go friend-shaped. As if to prove her point, a small group of human children ran past, followed by an assortment of juvenile alien creatures that would have terrified most species. A young Krellian hunter beast. 2 Zephian stalkers. Even a baby Gormith, a species classified as a Class A threat by galactic security. All of them playing an elaborate game of chase with the human children, who showed absolutely no fear. How are your offspring not being eaten? Threlkon asked weakly. Because the babies know they're playing, Emily explained patiently. Predators are smart, Ambassador. They understand social bonds. They know the difference between prey and pack. Humans just have a talent for convincing predators that we're part of their pack. Mischief had fallen asleep in Emily's lap, making tiny growling sounds that might have been dreams of hunting. On Earth, Emily continued softly, stroking the sleeping cub's fur. We learned that the best way to survive wasn't always to kill the predators. Sometimes, it was to befriend them. Make them part of our family. Wolves became dogs. Wild cats became house cats. We turned creatures that should have been our enemies into our most loyal companions. And now you're doing it with alien predators, Threlkon observed. Why not? Emily smiled. Mischief here was orphaned when her mother was killed by a territorial dispute. She would have died alone. Now she's got a whole colony of humans who adore her. When she's grown, she'll probably become part of our security force. Crowbars have amazing sensory abilities, she'll be able to detect threats long before our technology can. Jake walked back over, his Vorthan companion now riding on his shoulders. It's not just practical, Ambassador. It's emotional. Humans bond with animals. It's part of who we are. We form attachments to creatures that logic says we shouldn't. My daughter back on Earth, Emily added, has a pet tarantula named Fluffy. A spider. With venom. She kisses it goodnight. Threlkon's translator gave up and just emitted a long, confused tone. Here's what you need to understand, Ambassador, Emily said, gently moving the sleeping crowbar cub to a cushioned bed nearby. Humans don't see teeth and claws and think danger. We see them and think cool. We're weird like that. Your species is insane, Threlkon declared. Maybe, Emily agreed with a grin. But we're friendly insane. And besides, wait until you see what happens when Mischief is fully grown and someone threatens me. Then you'll understand why humans befriend predators. Jake nodded seriously. Nothing more loyal than a predator who loves you. They'll die protecting you. And humans will die protecting them, Emily added. That's the bond we create. Threl Khan looked at the sleeping Krovar cub, then at the humans, then back at the cub. Slowly, very slowly, he reached out one tentacle and gently touched Mischief's soft fur. The cub stirred, opened one eye, and made a soft chirping sound before going back to sleep. She likes you, Emily whispered. Against all his better judgment, Threl Khan felt something warm and protective stir in his primary heart chamber. Humans, he muttered, but there was no real complaint in his voice. You're all absolutely mad. Welcome to Earth culture, Ambassador, Emily said with a wink. Population, us, plus every creature that will tolerate head scratches. In the distance, a human child squealed with delight as a juvenile alien predator gently tackled her into a pile of soft grass. Threl Khan decided that perhaps madness wasn't such a terrible thing after all.